Thanks for joining us today on this session of the CarCareCONNECT Digital Hangout. Today we're going to be talking about one of the latest and most important web design trends today, responsive web design. Unless you work in web design, you're probably unfamiliar with the term responsive, but there's a good chance that you've already encountered responsive web design in your daily life. Responsive design is a new approach to designing websites that takes into account all of the technology that can be used to view the website. Designs that are responsive create a seamless viewing experience that's optimizes for users across a wide range of devices. So how is a responsive design different? If you have a smartphone, you probably come across a website that is responsive. When a user views a responsive site on their smartphone, the website is immediately scaled to the smaller screen size of the smartphone, without having to be resized with lots of pinching and scrolling. This is the ideal web browsing experience, websites that recognize and accommodate all devices, allowing the user to browse naturally, no matter if they're on a phone, a tablet, desktop, or even a Kindle. So why is this so important? Well, mobile devices accounted for 28% of all website traffic in 2013, and this number continues to grow with each year. People aren't just using their cell phones to call and text these days. The mobile web is growing at an exponential rate as people realize all of the possibilities of having internet connectivity right at their fingertips. So let's talk about how responsive design actually works. Responsive design has to determine the resolution size of the screen. So when we look at a website as it's traditionally been viewed on a larger screen like a desktop computer, there are a lot of elements that don't really translate well for a good viewing experience on a much smaller screen. Think of it this way, it would be incredibly frustrating to view a web page that has been simply shrunk down for viewing on a phone, rather than using a responsive design to rearrange the page. For example, a top navigation bar with lots of sections and a drop-down menu won't work as well on a smaller mobile phone no matter how much you resize the screen, and that's just not something you want to do anyway. Just the physical constraints of a mobile device requires the layout to be narrow, and usually rely on most of the information being forced into a single column. Once the resolution of the screen is determined, all of the images on the screen become flexible, so they grow and shrink according to the size of the screen, and the rest of the site operates on a very fluid grid. Additionally, text remains an easy reading size, so you can avoid all of that annoying pinching and scrolling to read the page. To test out these principles, try adjusting the size of your browser to make it more narrow. See how items on the page shrink and rearrange themselves? This is a key benefit of responsive design. So once you build the site once, it works seamlessly across 100 of different screen sizes. So how does this relate to you? Well, the mobile market is only getting bigger, and as an auto care shop owner, you want to have a site that creates an optimal viewing experience for your customers. Think about this. In an emergency situation, your clients rely on their mobile phones to fix their problems. Generally, without a laptop in emergencies, they're viewing your website from their mobile phone. So, they want to be able to find your phone number and location easily without having to pinch and pull up the screen. It's in your best interest to create a mobile-friendly version of your website in order to help your clients out in emergencies. So let's recap. With the rapid use of mobile devices for web browsing, it's clear that responsive design is a necessity for any website. For business owners, it's a great way to ensure you're reaching your customers on a variety of viewing platforms, and that means reaching more customers, period. For customers, it makes it easy to view your website on all of their screens and in any situation. Thanks for joining us today on this session of the CarCareCONNECT Digital Hangout. Call 1-800-591-8675 to talk to one of our marketing specialists about our advanced web marketing features. Stay tuned next time for Season 2. See you then.